Some rockets flew once, others made history, but these, they shattered height records. It might just replace airplanes forever. When Starship's Super Heavy booster thundered into the sky at 403 feet tall, we witnessed tomorrow's space technology in action. But how did we go from that stainless steel giant to the first Tower of Fire back in 1967? That honor goes to Saturn V, which rose 363 feet off Pad 39A and carried us to the Moon. Since then, engineers have raced to push the limits of height, strength, and ambition. Today, we're counting down the 35 tallest rockets ever built, and we kick off with the giants that redefine what reach for the stars really means, then work our way down through history's most daring launch vehicles. We'll start with the skyscraping behemoths, and then peel back the layers of history's most daring launch vehicles. Buckle up. Our climb begins now. At 322 feet, NASA's SLS Block 1 entered the stage, powered by 4 RS-25 shuttle engines and twin solid rocket boosters. It made history by sending the uncrewed Orion capsule around the Moon in 2022, the first step of NASA's Artemis program aiming to return humans to the lunar surface. Standing nearly as tall as the Statue of Liberty, the SLS Block 1 is a towering symbol of America's return to deep space exploration. Then there's the one-hit wonder, Ares IIX. Reaching exactly 327 feet during its 2009 test flight, it briefly held the title of the tallest rocket of the 21st century before being shelved. A glimpse of what could have been. But the true king of them all? Saturn V. Standing at an incredible 363 feet, this rocket carried 24 astronauts to the Moon between 1968 and 1972, including the historic Apollo 11 mission. Its legacy is unmatched, setting the standard for what a rocket can achieve in terms of power, precision, and human ambition. The Soviet Union, not to be outdone, reached even higher with the N-1, standing at 344 feet. Powered by a staggering 30 NK-15 engines, it was designed to match the Saturn V, but suffered 4 spectacular failures. Still, it symbolizes the bold ambition of the Cold War era. And now, the towering behemoth, Starship. With its Super Heavy booster stacked, it stands at an eye-watering 403 feet, holding the title of the tallest rocket ever built. Already having completed several test flights from Boca Chica, it's gearing up for its first ever booster catch attempt in late 2025. Starship isn't just tall, it's rewriting the future of space travel, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the space industry. Now, we step into the shadow of true giants, rockets that not only shaped history, but lit up the skies with raw power and bold promises. These weren't just launch vehicles. They were symbols of ambition, engineering excellence, and national pride. First, at 203 feet, the Delta IV Medium Plus stood tall as part of the Delta IV family. Outfitted with 4 powerful GEM 60 solid boosters, it was a quiet workhorse that didn't make headlines but consistently delivered vital national security payloads to orbit. It served reliably until its retirement in 2018. Playing a behind-the-scenes role in some of the U.S. military's most sensitive space missions. It wasn't the most glamorous rocket, but when precision and trust were needed, it delivered. Standing just a few feet shorter than the Leaning Tower of Pisa, it packed power into a compact frame. Next, at 224 feet, comes NASA's Saturn IB, complete with its unmistakable escape tower. This rocket played a key role in the Apollo program and Skylab missions, especially Apollo 7, which marked the United States' return to crewed spaceflight after the tragic Apollo 1 fire. Though it lived in the shadow of the legendary Saturn V, the Saturn IB proved its worth time and again, in the late 60s and early 70s, it was dependable, well-designed, and crucial for getting astronauts safely into Earth orbit. Then we arrive at the iconic Falcon Heavy, towering at 229 feet. Built by strapping together 3 Falcon 9 boosters, this rocket became a symbol of the new space age. In 2018, it captured the world's attention by launching Elon Musk's personal Tesla Roadster, complete with a mannequin in a spacesuit, into orbit around the Sun. Beyond the theatrics, Falcon Heavy changed the economics of heavy lift launch. Its reusable core stages and record-setting performance offered a glimpse into a future where rockets could do more for less, again and again. And at 232 feet, we meet the stunning Delta IV Heavy. Its 3 common booster cores gave it immense thrust, sending some of the heaviest and most secretive government payloads into orbit. Its unmistakable hydrogen-fueled orange flame and thunderous liftoff were a spectacle to witness. On April 9, 2024, it launched for the final time, closing the chapter on one of the most powerful expendable rockets America ever built. A true heavyweight in both legacy and capability. Let's talk about Ariane 5 ECA, standing tall at 174 feet. Its unbelievable career ended on a high note, the remarkable launch of the James Webb Space Telescope in 2021. It was one of the most revolutionary science missions ever sent to space. Matching it in height is Japan's H2A202, still going strong with a near-perfect success rate, lifting scientific payloads and satellites with remarkable reliability. Both rockets stood about as tall as the Hollywood signs letters, giants in performance, if not in size. Just a bit taller at 176 feet, China's Long March 5B made headlines not only for launching major modules of the Tiangong space station, like Tianhe and Wentian, but also for the controversy around its uncontrolled re-entries. Standing even higher at 180 feet is Saturn V, NASA's early test bed in the 1960s. Though often overshadowed by Saturn V, this rocket quietly laid the groundwork, proving that a cluster of engines could safely power Apollo-era missions. At 182 feet, Russia's Angara A5 represents a modern shift in its space program, offering a cleaner and more modular alternative to older launch vehicles, flying from the newer Vostochny Cosmodrome. Then there's the full space shuttle stack at 184 feet, an icon of human spaceflight. With 135 missions, it brought satellites, science labs, and astronauts to space, though not without tragedy and triumph along the way. Nearly matching it is China's Long March 3B at 185 feet, a reliable workhorse for geostationary satellite launches. Finally, Japan's HEIB rounds out this group at 186 feet, remembered for carrying large HTV cargo ships packed with vital equipment for the ISS, payloads few other vehicles could handle. Let's review another range. The Titan IIIC, a 137 feet pillar of power that first roared to life in 1965. It sent early GPS satellites and classified payloads into orbit, pushing the boundaries of space exploration at the time. But did you know it paved the way for future military and civilian missions alike? Antares 230 Plus comes in just 1.5 foot taller, best known for sending Northrop Grumman's Cygnus cargo ships up to the ISS. Wondering how much it could haul? Plenty. Enough to keep the station stocked and running for years. Next up is India's LVM-3, standing tall at 142.5 feet. It's one of the country's most powerful rockets to date, built for big missions and heavy payloads. Just a little taller is the PSLV-XL at 144 feet, known as the workhorse of Indian space missions. With over 400 satellites launched, how does it keep going strong? Simple. It's reliable, proven, and built to last. Russia's Soyuz 2.1B is 152 feet. It's a dependable workhorse in Russia's fleet, regularly used to launch OneWeb satellites and deliver cargo to the ISS. Known for its consistency and solid performance, it's been a key player in recent years. And just a bit taller is South Korea's KSLV-2 Nuri at 155 feet. a fully domestically developed rocket that's steadily proving itself. After a third successful launch in November 2024, can it continue to make waves in space exploration? Only time will tell. From the 103 feet Titan II to the 403 feet Starship, rockets keep getting taller, and so do our dreams. But stature isn't glory, it's the payloads delivered and legends made. What is your favorite? Saturn V's Thunder, Vulcan's Fresh Fire, or Starship's rocket? Drop your favorite below, smash like, and hit subscribe because the sky isn't the limit, it's just the launch pad.